Hello everyone, Happy New Year. I'm so looking forward to having you back at the library in 2022. We've been closed for a little bit, but we're ready to start back up again, and we have our first Take and Make craft ready for pickup. It's a New Year's Day craft. So let's look at what we need for that today. You're going to need some tape, some glue, some markers, a pencil, and scissors. You could also use crayons if you'd rather for this craft. Let's get started. Let's take a look at what's in here. We're going to start, we'll set these things off to the side. We're going to start with our two pieces of paper plates here. Well, we've got a whole paper plate and a piece of one here. To begin with, we are going to line this one up with the edges all the way around. And we're just going to mark where this hole is right here, because we're going to need to poke a hole in there a little bit later. And we'll set this off to the side. This is going to be the background to our craft. So one side of this is going to be a nighttime sky, and one side of this is going to be a daytime sky. So you can take your markers or crayons and you can color those in to look like a daytime and nighttime sky. Just a little thing to save you some time here. This piece in the middle here, don't put your sun or your moon underneath where this piece will be sticking up, because it's going to be covered up a little later. So if you're adding a moon or stars or anything like that, just make sure they're kind of up here so they don't get covered up by that middle piece later on. So there is my daytime sky and my nighttime sky. Now you could do fireworks or things like that if you'd like to for New Year's. I just did stars on mine, but you can be creative with that. For the next part, we're going to take this piece here and it says goodbye 2021 and welcome 2022. So we're going to cut this out here, cut this in half this way, and we're going to stick one sign on one side and one on the other. So we're going to do our goodbye on the nighttime one and our welcome on the daytime one. Okay, so I've got my pieces here and we're going to glue those one side. So 2021, we're going to want this one up out of the way so it doesn't get covered up by that piece. I squashed my plate. And then we're going to turn it around so that the daytime sky is up, and we're going to put our welcome sign on the other side. Alright, so now we've got our welcome 2022, our goodbye 2021. We're going to set this to the side, and the next part is we're going to design our top plate here. So on this, we're going to build some little houses out of these pieces of paper that were in there. So you've got your scissors handy. I'm just going to cut, and these little houses are going to sit on this sticky uppy piece here, and they're going to go across like that. So these don't have to be the same size or anything like that. I'm going to do one little red house, and then I'm actually going to just cut a triangle like this. That's going to be a roof to another house. And there are lots of paper, so you can experiment with what size of houses you want to have, what kind of roofs you would like to have on your houses. For now, I'm just going to do one square and one triangle of each color. So those are probably going to need a little bit of time to dry. While I'm waiting for those to dry, I'm just going to write Happy New Year in here, or maybe you would like to write to and then the name of somebody in your family you want to give this to, from, and then your name. You can really write whatever you'd like down here. So now comes the fun part. We're going to put the two things together. So this is our underneath part, this is our on top part. So we had poked or marked a spot in the middle rather. So if you would like to poke a hole in that, that's what your pencil is for. So with this one here, I just kind of had carefully poked a hole through the middle. You can ask a grown-up to help you with this. Just be careful if you're doing it by yourself. Don't poke your fingers on the back, okay, if you're holding it. So once you've got your hole poked in the middle, you're going to take a pin and poke it through this one and this one, and then flip it over. Okay, so we've got our nighttime side, kind of like when we went to bed on New Year's Eve and it was 2021, and this says goodbye 2021. And now we can spin it all the way around to the other side, the daytime side. You can kind of see my sign poking out through the back there. It says welcome 2022. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you had fun making this craft, and I look forward to making the next one with you.